What's up, everyone? Sports Talk fans. I have another special guest for you guys today. A live stream. Mike Schad, first round pick. He played with the Eagles and the Rams. Coming on with us at the top of the hour, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hold on tight, because in 8 minutes, we're welcoming another special guest on Sports Talk 1996. Hope you guys are doing well today. I am your host, as always, Zach Barnett. Hope you guys are doing well, like I said. And if you're not a subscriber yet, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to get all our up to date content. Starting off the show, I wanted to talk a little bit about last night's game. Aaron Rodgers lit up the Lions, lit them up. I think he dropped 4 touchdowns. That was killer. Jones, the running back, did incredible, to be honest with you. It's crazy. And during that game, he lost one of his necklaces that had his father's remains on the necklace, and they found it. Thank goodness. Like I was saying, if you're not a subscriber yet, we drop content daily, so st- keep your eyes peeled for our content. View our content. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber yet. Uh, we interview athletes, bring them on our show, talk a little bit about their sports journey, then transition to current topics, and we do like a debate show also. Um, we're doing more live shows as you are tuning in now. Uh, doing a few more during the week, but we're doing great things on Sports Talk 1996. So stay tuned. Also, we're doing a new Patreon. We're we're in the process of setting that up, getting more content pushed out to you guys. Uh, there's going to be a lot of great things happening. So stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned for that. But at the top of the hour, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be welcoming another first round draft pick, Mike Schad, joining the show, offensive lineman. But like we started this show, Aaron Rodgers lit up the Lions last night. They really couldn't protect Jared Goff at all. I watched a little bit of the game last night. What I seen of it, just couldn't protect him. He had the same type of deal with the Rams uh, when they couldn't protect him. He's not really known for scrambling, so pocket passer. He, he's gonna take some hits if you let him stand in the pocket long enough. So, for the viewers out there, thank you for viewing our content today. I appreciate you. Many blessings. But As you all can tell, I am Zach Barnett, the host of this show. We come to you guys daily, uploading content. Um, we have another special guest for our show today, Mike Schad. He's Canadian, grew up in Canada. Um, like I mentioned, he was a first round draft pick. Played with the Eagles and the Rams. Um, but top of the hour, he will be joining the show today. We don't have much longer. 3 minutes until launch, until kickoff of this interview with Mike Schad. But like I said, if you're not a subscriber yet, consider subscribing, liking our content, hitting the notification bell to get all our up to date content when we post it. We premiere new shows every single day. Um, we're trying to take this places. So if you can help us out with subscribing to our channel, viewing our content, much appreciated. Many blessings. We will be doing real shortly a free giveaway on our show, probably at the end of the month, a big giveaway. And for our viewers out there, if they continue viewing our content, that's what'll happen. We'll probably do that once a month on our show. So blessings. We want to give back to the audience, our viewers, and people that are consistently viewing our content. And blessings. I, I want to take this places, and I want you guys to be a part of it, part of something special, and viewing these guys' content or their story. Um, it's crazy how these athletes are coming on our show, but God is opening doors that I couldn't ever believe for them to be open to our show. And it takes a lot of persistence to get them on. So you guys are reaping the benefits of our persistence. But at the top of the hour at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be hosting another interview on our show. On this video, Mike Schad, offensive lineman. But I really appreciate you guys tuning in today. It's a great day to do something special. So that's my inspirational quote to you guys. Keep the faith and never give up. And great things are in store if you do those things. But we're about to be tuning in with Mike Schad, the first round draft pick, offensive lineman from Canada. He's about to be tuning in here real shortly. Want to give this guy a round of applause when he comes on. I'd like to welcome you guys on the show. If you haven't been to one of our shows yet, I greatly appreciate you tuning in today. And this is Sports Talk 1996, where we have sports content, bringing on sports athletes, talking about their sports journey, transitioning into current topics in sports. And we have a special guest on our show today, Mike Schad, first round pick. He played with the Rams and the Eagles, offensive lineman. He's from Canada. He should be hopping on real shortly for you guys. I appreciate your patience. But I'd like to welcome you guys to the show. And a Mike is about to hop on for our show today. And I appreciate all the support to our channel. And we're kicking it off right now. Mr. Mike Schad. Mike, how are you doing, sir?
Good, Zach. Finally got you in here.
Blessings to have you on with us.
So, how's North Carolina?
Hey, not too bad, man. It's kind of rainy outside today. Hey, God only knows, and he knows what we need when we don't even know. So,
Well, it rains here in New Jersey a lot, man, so it's not that bad.
But I'd like to welcome you on our show, Mike, and get it all started with how did you get involved with football as a kid?
Well, I really didn't start playing football till the ninth grade. Then I went to high school. I wasn't much good at hockey. I wasn't much good at playing soccer, and I needed to go across there and get in a sport where I got to hit somebody. So that's why I migrated towards football, and football, it sort of took off from there.
Hey, it took you places, man. So, as a kid, who was some of your role models?
Well, I was a big Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I had Jack Lambert, Jack Ham, Mean Joe Green, and Terry Bradshaw hanging in my room, and when I was a kid in high school, and I even took them to college. So the Jack Lambert, I still think is probably my all-time favorite player. I played linebacker in college, and he was a man back then.
I hear you, man. You didn't like Franco Harris?
I love Franco. I love that whole team back in the day. It's just, but I know I was a defensive player, played linebacker, and I sort of gravitated towards that.
I hear
Rocky
you,
Blyer.
man.
I love the Rocky Blyer story when he went to Vietnam, came back and played again for the Steelers. That was a great story. Love that. It was a cool
Beast.
team. Mike Webster, one of my favorite players too, from back in the day.
Yeah, it's sad about his journey, man. Yeah,
That's
with the
tough.
concussions.
Yeah, CT.
And that whole movie came out with Will Smith.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
For sure. So my next question, Canada to LA, first round pick for you. How was that transition and culture shock, man? How was it?
Well, it's funny. I went to Queen's University. Queen's University's probably got about 15 undergrad, about maybe 6,000 grad students. And it's a small school up in Canada on Lake Ontario, right across from Rochester, New York. And, we played 7 league games and then we got to the playoffs, hopefully. And then football started in the middle of August and was done by, end of October. If you're in the playoffs, middle of November, it was done. Really, I practiced for an hour and a half a day, limited film, and no really mandatory off season, nothing. And it was an academic school. The guys on the offensive line, you went to class. So one guy was in MBA. We had another guy in medical school playing the right guard. We had a guy in theoretical math at center, and had a Rhodes Scholar at the left guard. He ended up getting his PhD at Cambridge, and I was playing left tackle. Everybody graduated. Everybody played. But I always wanted to play in the NFL. I sort of worked my ass off in the weight room over the years. I was a hurdler in high school. I ran a leg in the relay. I played basketball. I played football. I even played rugby. And got in a situation where, I had the Green Bay Packers, the Denver Broncos, Atlanta Falcons work me out before my senior year started. Now, we were in the CIAU at the time, so it was an NCAA violation. So they actually saw me and so I had some exposure. And then I got a chance to play in the East-West Shrine game, and I had 2.5 tackles on the kickoff team when I was an offensive lineman at 310 pounds. And then I got a chance to go to the combine, and I ran like a 4.6 540 at 309 pounds, and had great numbers. And I bench pressed 2.25 43 times, had a 37-inch vertical. I had great number, but I didn't really have the football background, the exposure that a lot, if you would, at USC, Ohio State, or a school like that. And I got drafted by. I had 11 NFL teams come to Queen's University my senior year and work me out, and I flew to another 6, and ended up getting drafted by the Rams, 23rd pick overall.
Yes, sir. So, your best moments in the NFL, if you had to narrow it down to like 5, could you do it, man? Could you do it?
Yeah, I think, it was some dark and tough years playing for the Rams. I never really played there. I got drafted. They had 4 Pro Bowlers on the offensive line. They had some great ball players there: Jackie Slater, Dennis Herrick, Doug Smith. I mean, there were some great ball players there. I was happy to get out of there and end up with the Eagles. One of the best stories I have about the Eagles, I played against Jerome Brown. I played left guard, so he played right defensive tackle. Jerome was a stud. Before he died, I think that season was his best season. He went to the Pro Bowl that year. He was a great ball player. And I remember one time it was halfway through training camp, and Jerome Brown and I hit, and he got his finger caught, I think, between the helmets or something like that. He ripped his helmet off, threw it in the ground. He goes, in a few words, God damn it, I'm not playing against Mike Schad anymore. I had enough. Mike Golick at the time. Go in there and take over. I'm done. And he sent Golick in there. And then after practice, Buddy Ryan grabbed me. He goes, you just got the biggest compliment from one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL. He don't want to practice against you anymore. And after that, Buddy Ryan asked me to be on his radio show at the time, and we went to dinner after that. And I was in Buddy's good books, which was something difficult to get into, and that was probably a defining moment. I think another defining moment was I actually, after playing for 4 years, they finally came out with my football card. I didn't have a football card with the Rams. I only had one football card with the Eagles. I finally got a football card. After that, I sort of thought to myself, you know what? I made it. That was a big time. And that year I played 5 preseason games, 16 league games, and started in the 1 playoff game. So I was pretty excited about that. I was a Sports Illustrated All-Pro one year. That was a good year. That was an exciting time for me. I think really I look back on my Eagles days. Those are probably the defining days from my career, and I had the most fun at that time.
Definitely. So, Mike, life after football, how have you applied those trials and tribulations to your personal life?
Well, when I was done playing, I actually played another year and a half or so with the Browns. I got released by the Browns. I was going to retire. Then I had to go and play in the Canadian Football League for another year and a half. And I had some fun up there. Originally from Canada, so it was good to play in Ottawa. With my brother was there. We had a bar, a restaurant called the Schad Saloon. We had some fun with that. When I was done with that, I wanted to get back to the United States. I wanted to take my hand at coaching. I went to Temple University. And I coached the offensive line there for 5 years, earned my master's degree in business. And ever since then, I have been in the banking industry. I've been a mortgage banker, a licensed mortgage banker now for 20 years. And I've been doing that a long time. I coach my son's team in flag football. I also coach him in his tackle football team. He's an eighth grader in Medford, New Jersey. And we won our first game over the weekend, so we're 1-0. So we get out there, we practice, we have fun, and hey, it's nice to give back, nice to go through lessons that we enjoy playing.
You got the victory, man.
One victory, 1-0.
So my next couple questions for you are related to current NFL topics. The 2021 trade between the Rams and the Lions, Stafford for Goff, that trade, who do you think will have?
Well, I think the Rams are paying dividends for the Rams right now. I think they're having a pretty exciting season right now, and they're off to a good start. And they look strong. I mean, they look strong. It's pretty exciting to see the Rams go. I'll be honest with you. I follow the Eagles, man. I've been to South Jersey. We're Eagles fans. Rams were long ago. I watched the Cleveland game against Kansas City. Cleveland, that was a close game. But we're Eagles fans here.
I hear you, man. So the quarterback for you guys, the Eagles,
Jalen Hurts.
You think he's the answer?
He's young. It's really his first time at it. Eagles shouldn't be able to score more points. You go for 91-yard big completion and you come back empty-handed. That's not even a field goal. They tried the Philly special. It blew up. We got to score more points. I mean, you got to put points on the board. You got to have playmakers. I mean, that's part of the quarterback. I think he's done some good things. It's part of defense too. I think the offensive line with the Eagles stays healthy. They're going to be a strong force in the league. He's got the protection there, and it's just about a matter of we got a young coach, new coach, and putting points on the board. See if we can put that together. And the NFC between Dallas lost, won a great game, lost a close game. It's going to be close. I think it's going to be Dallas and the Eagles. The G-men don't look real strong. Washington's on the fence. Eagles and Cowboys. We'll see what happens this weekend. That's the first test right now between those two conferences. They're tied in the conference.
The Eagles need to get the first round pick, the Heisman, up to speed, the receiver.
Yeah,
he needs to pay points. Dividends.
Yeah, he needs to put some points on the board.
Definitely. So my next question is related to last night's game, Lions versus Green Bay. How do you think Aaron Rodgers will do the rest of the season? You think he'll put up MVP numbers again?
I'll be honest with you. I didn't watch that game. We practiced till about 9:00, and then I drove an hour and a half to my fiance's house in Westchester. And I didn't even watch any of the game. I was on the phone the whole time with my mother. I know the first game I watched, it was pretty rough.
Yeah, 3 points.
3 points. And who won the game last night?
Green Bay.
What was the final score?
They put up 30-something to 16, something like that.
Well, that's good. I mean, he turned that scenario around with the Saints game. It's Aaron's a fantastic player. I mean, he's gotten a chance, but I think his time is a little bit expired with Green Bay, and I think he's thinking at the end of his career he wants to be in a bigger media hub. And Green Bay obviously isn't in a great media hub. He wants to be on the West Coast, East Coast kind of thing, probably, and Miami or something, and be in a bigger media hub where he gets more exposure. Because I think Aaron's going to, evolve that way somehow in the media. Who knows? Jeopardy. Who knows what happens with Aaron? He's expressed he likes Hollywood. He likes the movies. He's did that whole thing with Game of Thrones. I think he enjoys it, so I think he's going to gravitate towards that.
He's gonna stick around football, I believe, man.
Yeah, another year or two.
He's seen what Tom Brady has in Tampa, and that's what he wants. He wants all the weapons around him.
Well, I think so. He's got to find that fountain of youth that Tom Brady found. So see if he can play that long, and
Hey,
go
that's
that
a
far.
TB12 method, man.
I tell you, I got to maybe find some of that too myself.
How do you think he's done that? To be honest with my
I I
audience.
I think he's takes care of himself. I mean, he has that mentality that he spends his whole life about football. He's the ultimate football machine. He studies, he lives it, breathes it. He Everything he does has to do with being the best football player, and he's a unbelievable talent, unbelievable accuracy, unbelievable, brains on towards a game. It's just when you get to a point and you evolve in a point in the game, and whether you're a quarterback or a lineman, once you start to learn how to play the game, it's just a matter of keeping the wheels on and keeping healthy to keep that train on the track. Guys get derailed because they get hurt. They get old. They can't throw the ball anymore. They can't, they're not as strong, or they get a, knee injury where they can't come off the ball. But he's, been blessed and being able to stay on that field that whole time. It's a phenomenon. I mean, it comes to a point where everybody plays that game. NFL stands for not for long, but he's really, broken that myth.
For sure. He said it recently he wants to play until 50. Like
Unbelievable.
that is
Unbelievable.
crazy.
I get up every morning. I ride the bike. I stretch. I go through some core exercises and do a little workout. And it's nothing crazy, just so I could feel good the rest of the day. And the days that I miss, I'm sore, bent over, and I walk with a limp. So I don't know how a guy like that can do it that long. It's crazy.
You got to remember, you were in the trenches. He's
Yeah,
not
there's
playing
some
in the
guys that
trenches.
played long. Yeah, but some guy, it's true. But what Jackie's player Slater played 18 years. There's some guys that how long did Munoz play? All those guys. I mean, hey, I played 11 years of pro football, and half the time was hurt. So I'm amazed at some of these guys that what they can do. That really for me dictates the Iron Man or the superstars of the league is longevity. I mean, when you look at guys playing 18, 15, 18, 20-year careers, I mean, that just blows me away that you can play that game, show up, take that pounding, and just being able to play at that level for that long. That to me those are the modern day Supermans of society. It just blows me away. Even
Hey,
from basketball to hockey, to baseball, still being able to throw a pitch at 100 miles an hour with your arm. It just that the longevity just blows me away.
definitely. Well, Mike, this concludes our interview on our show today. Hey, it's been a blessing to have you on with us, and we'd welcome you back for another one, man.
All right, my pleasure. Good luck.